So, welcome back, guys. We'll be taking up the projective tests. Projective tests. Projective tests is a short note for your exam. Short note for your exam. So, last lecture, we saw about the assessment of personality, that we can assess the personality objectively, subjectively, and projectively. Okay, and we had left the lecture that projective tests, they will evoke a fantasy, fantasy response, and then now we will be discussing it in detail. So, what is the main aim of the projective test? These projective tests, they intend to measure global aspects of personality, and also they intend to measure personality dynamics. Okay, here this word global aspects of personality is important. Why? Because it measures the personality as a whole, in totality. What does this mean? See, the projective tests, they do not measure any specific part of personality, or they do not measure any specific characteristic, I would say. Okay, instead they are designed to address the personality as a whole. You cannot measure only impulsivity, or you cannot measure only the dissocial traits. No, you cannot. Okay, these tests will give you the personality in totally. What is the integration of different elements? They form, when the different elements get integrated, they form the personality, and how does that personality is shaped out, this is measured by this. So usually now what happens when we write the limitations of the projective test, we tend to write this point that they do not measure any specific part, and then they can measure the personality as a whole. In certain books also you will find this point being written in the limitation, but it is not an actual limitation. Like, it is intended to go that way. Okay, it is, the test is designed such that, so let's say there is a very sleek road, okay, where a two-wheeler can go but a four-wheeler cannot go. Okay, four-wheeler cannot go. So it can be seen as a limitation of four-wheeler, but is it a true limitation that the four-wheeler cannot go there? It is the limitation of this road that it is sleek instead, I would say. So similarly, the projective test, when you write the limitation, now please don't write this point. I don't know about the examiners, but I don't feel that this is a limitation. Okay, so just to make this point clear, I had put it here. Okay, so we know the aim. Now, what is the basis? What is the basis of projective test? So it is based on psychodynamic theory. Everyone knows that, because it is invoking the unconscious, so it will be based on psychodynamic theories. But what are the two psychodynamic theories that we have to mention? Okay, first is theory of projection. Only the name is enough. Theory of projection. Then Murray's theory of needs. Only the name is enough. Okay, Murray's theory of needs. So basically, these are the two theories. These are the two theories on which it is based. So because it is based on psychodynamic theory, it provides a window into the unconscious of the subject. So it helps us in accessing the latent aspects of the personality. Understood? 2 points clear? 2 points clear. First point, what is the aim? Then what is the basis? On what basis the projective tests are formed, right? Then what occurs in the test? Administration. It involves giving an ambiguous stimuli. So the patient or the subject is given an ambiguous stimuli. Ambiguous stimuli is given. What kind of ambiguous stimuli? Like some picture, ambiguous picture, like some inkblots. Okay, these are the ambiguous stimuli, and on the base on this ambiguous stimuli, the subject projects his inner needs or conflicts. When the subject sees these ambiguous stimuli and is asked to do something like make a story out of it or tell you what he sees out of it, so these mainly evoke his inner needs or conflicts, right? And patient usually are not aware. In this administration, patient are usually not aware that their responses are so meaningful. Their responses are scored or are they being analyzed. Therefore, it gives the advantage that it makes the test impossible to fake. Impossible to fake. Okay, okay, understood. So what are we doing? We are giving the ambiguous stimuli, any picture, any inkblot, and then the subject has to project his inner needs, inner conflicts. He sees the picture, based on his emotion and cognition, he forms a story and tells us. And probably those stories are due to his inner needs only. Okay, they are aligned with his inner conflicts, and the patient is not aware that he is being judged. That in the judging sense, his responses are being recorded, then analyzed, and then scored. So the test is not easy to fake, right? Then administration is done, 3 points done. Then we get the criteria. What is the criteria of calling a test as a projective test? Criteria of being a projective test. There are certain primary criteria, there are certain secondary criteria. Okay. Primary criteria. The primary criteria, it should produce a profuse response data. The response should not be very limited. The test should be such that the responses are very in a large number. We get profuse, okay, response data. Then the test should have sensitivity to unconscious. UC is unconscious. Okay, the test should help us reaching the unconscious of the patient, reaching the latent aspects of the personality. Then the test should be multidimensional. It should evaluate a lot of things, okay, a lot of characteristics, because then it has to integrate everything and then give us the personality as a whole. Okay, and there should be lack of the subject's awareness about the purpose of the test. The subject's awareness about the purpose of the test should be lacking. This we have discussed. Then what are the secondary criteria? How should be the stimuli? The stimuli should be ambiguous. Okay. Then how should be the analysis? The analysis should be holistic. And the test should be such that it evokes a fantasy response from the subject. So these are the criteria of being a projective test. To remember, PSM. This was our one of the least favorite subject, L. Okay, PSM was our one of the least favorite subject. I'm sorry if it was someone's favorite subject. but I make the mnemonics for myself. So for me, PSML. Then PSML, and then the stimuli should be ambiguous, analysis should be holistic, evokes a fantasy response from the subject. Then now comes the main part. What is the classification? What all tests are included in the projective test? What all tests are included? Okay, the first 2 3 points that we have discussed, they form the basic of your answer. Then this comes the core body of your answer. What is the classification? What are the techniques? Basically, there are association techniques, then there are construction techniques, then there are completion techniques, and then there are expression techniques. Okay, what all tests are included? The association techniques, they include your Rorschach test. Very important, it is your short note, it is your Viva. Rorschach has to be learned. Okay, very, very, very important. What happens is, what happens is you the places where psychology department is not there, okay, so is not there or is not functional that well, so you will not be able to see Rorschach, but then you will hear it a lot in your rounds also, and by the knowledge of PG entrance exam also you have heard about Rorschach. But if you don't see it, you will not get the hang of how it is done, right? We will take a lecture. What will be your role? Your role is to, when you study the lecture, please see the administration at least once. If not, then go on YouTube and see. Okay, now so you have a lot of things, you can access a lot of internet for your good use. Okay, so Rorschach is one thing that you, the psychiatric resident, should be aware. So in this, the main is Rorschach, plus then there are others are Holtzman, Inkblot test. Names you have to remember, okay, because classification itself is a short note, a very 5 marker classify projective test. Then only this page will help you out. Okay, Rorschach, Holtzman, Inkblot test. Then you have this VAT, word association test. Then you have somatic Inkblot series test, SIS, somatic Inkblot series test. So these 4 tests, they come under association techniques. These are the main ones. Okay, then construction test. Constructions are TAT, thematic, Apperception test. As much as Rorschach is important, similarly you have TAT, short note, Viva. These two, out of the whole table, only these two are there that you have to remember in detail. So Rorschach, TAT, then CAT, childhood, Apperception test. In Viva, they ask you the difference between TAT and CAT. Okay, so the main difference is the age group. Then TAT has the human figures, CAT has the animal figures. I'll give a table. When I teach, I'll give you a table. That will become easy for you. Okay, then there is a picture projective test. Picture projective test. These all come under the construction techniques. Then then what comes under the completion techniques? It is the sentence completion test. Okay, there is RISB as well, Rotter's incomplete sentence blank test, RISB. Okay, so sentence completion test, there are different type of sentence completion tests, we'll see. Okay, then there is RISB, Rotter's incomplete sentence blank test. Then you have expression techniques. Okay, here draw a person test, house, tree, person test. Then play technique or play test. Okay, Then there is psychodrama. 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 These all come under the expression techniques. One MCQ here. Psychodrama given by name of the scientist. Viva, MCQ, whatever you want. Moreno. Moreno. Okay. Wherever the scientist name is important, please keep remembering. Okay. Initially to us it seems boring, but then over the time, whenever you discuss with someone, with your colleagues or with your seniors, whenever on rounds na, better to say Moreno psychodrama. You will remember. Okay. Rorschach test, everyone remembers. Thematic perception is by Murray and Morgan. Murray and Morgan. Okay. So you can say Murray stat, Morgan stat. So just better to remember it whenever saying, say the complete name, you will remember. Then now what we can do is we can see one line about everything, which will give you the sense of completion of the topic. Else this page you can frame it in a good writing. I have a very poor writing, I know, but then you can write it very finely, and then you can take a printout of this and stick it on your study table. It will take you 2-3 readings, maximum 2-3 readings, and you will remember. Okay, once you know this now, it will come in only this much space, because you know that it is A, C, C, E. You have raw hair, tat hair. Okay, the most important ones you have covered. Then Rorschach is inkblot. Similarly, we have Holtzmann inkblot. Holtzmann inkblot test. Then we have somatic inkblot series, and then we have VAT. You remember four hair. Then tat. Apart from tat, you have cat, very easy. Then you have PPT, the picture projective test. You have 3 hair. Okay. Then in the completion test, you have sentence completion test and you have RISP. You have 2 hair. And last come your expression techniques. Expression techniques are very easy. Draw a person, in which you have to draw a person. Then you have to draw a house tree person test. Then there is toy test, basically the play technique, and the psychodrama. Okay, 4 here. But then it becomes very easy if you have a hang of the if you learn it, then it is very concise. Okay, and then one line you can write about everything.